Knit With You. My name is Rebecca. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as EvilTwin2. You can find show notes on the blog owlknitwithyou.blogspot.com. You can join our Ravelry group, owlknitwithyou, or you can email me, owlknitwithyou@gmail.com. How are you guys? How are my owls and my yous? We have a new friend. Her name is Knitting Cajun. She is from Florida, and her name is April. So hello, it is nice to meet you. If you have not introduced yourselves yet, go to the introduction thread and meet all of our other fronds, because we should all be fronds, or friends, however you want to say it, or, you know, whatever. So April, it's glad to meet you, or I'm glad to meet you. Welcome to the group. We have a giveaway for this cowl pattern. Are you guys super pumped? Do you want to know who won? Because I'm about to tell you. It was RS Island, or RS is land. I don't know how you pronounce your username. So I will give the, sorry, I just blanked out from there. I will give the pattern designer your name, and she will be in contact with you. So congratulations. We have another upcoming giveaway that is not this. I don't know, I'm holding this now. We have a couple of things to give away. Oh no, I'm stuck on things. We have this beautiful skein of yarn, very fall-like, very chic. It is Crawfish Boil by Cajun Girl Knits. I wonder if Knitting Cajun and Cajun Girl Knits know each other. This is Cajun Girl Knits. It is 25/75 nylon superwash BFL. So the 25 is the nylon. 425 yards approximately. And then you get these cute little stitch markers that come with it. So the way this is going to work is that there will be a thread in the group for this yarn. And I want to know what you would knit with this. Could be socks, could be a shawl. And if you don't know what you knit with it, because sometimes you just need something in your stash, tell me why you need it. So there'll be a thread for that. And then we also have a set of mini skeins. Now, not everyone does mini skeins, so I wanted to make sure to break up the two threads. That way, if you're not a mini skein person, not a big deal. If you are a mini skein person, like myself, what you're going to do is pretty much the same thing. I want to know what you're going to make out of these mini skeins. Mostly because I love mini skein projects. I need you all to, you know, give me a little nudge. I'm already doing a Hexie Book blanket, a mitered square blanket, and blanket squares. But those are in worsted weight, so that doesn't count. The last one. But if you, you know, want to entice me to look at some more mini skein projects, let me know. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in here, and she has listed her colorways, and I believe these are all colorways from her shop. Yeah, they are. And they're all self-striping, I think. Excellent. And they also come with stitch markers, because, you know, she's the best. So, these two prizes, giving them away next podcast. Get excited, you guys. Now, I do have lots of blather for you. So, I discovered that my local Kroger hired a sushi chef, because we've got, it's in the same town as a college campus, which I'm guessing is why they did it, because there's a lot of international students there. Maybe not. And so, now there is sushi, like, perfect sushi all the time for not that much money, and it's amazing. So now I've just been finding reasons to get sushi with friends. So we had Sushi and Miyazaki night, which Miyazaki does animated movies, and they're amazing if you haven't seen them. Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, Ponyo, what's the big one? My Friend Totoro is Miyazaki. So we did that. I've also done sushi in Gravity Falls night. I have now watched all of Gravity Falls. I am so deep into that. It's just ridiculous. If you are into Gravity Falls, post a message in this episode thread. My town had a free fair, which is really just free parking. The fair isn't not free itself. I played bingo for the first time at the free fair. It was incredible. I've wanted to play bingo for a long time because I'm pretty much an old woman anyway, so we need to just solidify that. I went to an IF prayer night a couple of Mondays ago, and everyone, maybe even people in several different countries were meeting at the same time to pray about the same kind of stuff, and some of the same prayers, which was really cool. And then, besides that, it's just been work and getting a lot of knitting done. I feel like I've been knitting nonstop. After I had my, small knitting injury, I now have, jumped back on the bandwagon of crazy. So let me tell you all about it. First, let's start with some blobbins, though. I spun up this beautiful 2-ply. It is very blue. It is very gorgeous. This is what I submitted for Quidditch Round 1 of the Harry Potter House Cup. I was going for a fingering weight, but the yarn was not going for a fingering weight. So I would say this is like DK-ish. Some of it's fingering and some of it's DK. It kind of varies because it's hand spun. It's hard to regulate that. So there are some thicker and thinner bits, but I mean, it's a really pretty yarn. So it worked out. It's very bouncy. I haven't washed it yet, but it is pretty cute. Pretty cutely wonderful. I also spun up this little red mini skein. It's very adorable. I don't know the yardage on this one. This one is 197 yards. And it's less than 100 grams, but I don't remember how much less. I think this one was just 15 grams, and I need to count the yardage on this one. I forgot how many times I wrapped it around my nitty nutty, and now I have to count the strands, which happens. So those are the spinning things that I've done. I've not got any spinning in progress because, you know me, it's all or nothing. I have some whips to show you. So I'm doing the Plum Rondo a la Turk, which is a nitty pattern. It's free. For my OWL, which stands for OWL. It's part of the House Cup stuff as well. And it's bigger projects. I have not been working on this like I should because of my other whip that I have to get done as soon as earthly possible. So I have a couple of inches of ribbing for sleeves. That's all I've got. I think once I can work on this and I'm not barreling through my other project, I think it'll go pretty quick because it is a worsted weight sweater. But one step at a time. We'll see how far I get. I don't know about the Zell. I maybe shouldn't have picked ridiculous first month projects. And they are ridiculous. So my great big project that I'm working on right now is a Viajange. I did the neck a lot wider than you normally would, and I didn't do like the 2B turtleneck thing. That's not what is happening with this one. This is actually a commission knit. I'm psychotic. She said she wanted a poncho, so I recommended the Viajange. A lace weight, stockinette, poncho-ish shawl thing. I don't know what I was thinking. Apparently, I kept seeing beautiful ones. I think Amy Beth did one, and somebody else did one, and I was just like, I need to have this in my life. I just need to make one. I don't even need to wear it. So it's kind of hard to see because it is bunched up on the needles right now. I didn't have time to move it to a bigger needle. But, so some of the things I did differently is I knit this until it was wide enough to touch both of my shoulders. She wanted kind of a boat neck. I realize this is not going to be a boat neck because, you know, knitting shrinks up a little bit. But she's way tinier than me also. So, it also won't be a turtleneck. So it's, you know, a halfway in between point. Right now it sits just above my belly button, but I haven't been able to put it on that way because it is hard to put on things that are on knitting needles. It does do the cute little angle thing, and hopefully I'll be able to show it to you guys before it's sent off. But, let me see if I can find the increase line. So it does lean, it's so hard to see. It is much longer on this side, and this side sits up higher. So maybe I should be testing to see how high that part hits. That is just an inch or two above my belly button. So, I don't know. That would also be on the one side, and the ponchos and things that you wear. It was a terrible, terrible choice. I've been regretting it all month. So, but I'm going to knit it, dadgummit. I'm going to knit the whole dang thing. I'm on my second ball of Knit Picks Glossy. Now, it's because I didn't do the turtleneck part, it's significantly less yardage, and she didn't want it to be super crazy long, and so I went with about 900 yards or so of lace weight. This is in the Topaz colorway of the Knit Picks. Yeah, it's Knit Picks Glossy. Lace weight. I went up a bunch of needle sizes to make the lace go faster and be lacier. So I'm on 6s right now. I did do the right needle size for the beginning part, which is over here. which is, yeah, right here. You do some garter stuff first, and then I'm not going to explain it to you because, you know, I do secret pattern sauce. But the knit itself isn't bad. I just don't think I should do lace weight stuff on commission on time crunch. So that's not anybody's fault but mine. Maybe one day in the future I will knit myself one, but I don't know how good it would look on a bustier girl like me. But the person I'm making it for is very petite, so I'm hoping it works. But this has to get done before the end of the month for house cup reasons, and because the other day she was like, it got really cold the other day, and I was thinking it would just sure be nice to have my poncho, and I was just like, bless your heart, I wanna have it done so bad. There are so many other things I'd rather be working on. Not even rather be working on, but I just like to not be so monogamous, and I feel like I have to get this done. So it is all that I'm focusing on right now. That being said, I have got quite a few FOs to show you. So I did my Bricklebush socks for the Sock Sniper and sent those out. So I do not have them to show you. However, my sniper, because I was killed, before my socks reached my target, my sniper socks got to me. So they are different people. But the socks that she sent me were the same pattern of 4. And these patterns I do not believe are available yet. They might be after the Sock Sniper, but I'm not incredibly sure how it works. My socks fit amazingly, and they came from Sweden, which is just kind of really extra badass. So, here are my Bricklebush socks that I received, and they have this cute little flower pattern on them. The foot is just like a 1/4 of an inch short, but it's so not really short that I don't even notice it, and I think after washing it, it'll probably be fine. She sent me some goodies. So I got this cute little sock on a postcard, and it said, it's a pleasure to knit and fire this weapon. I hope the socks fit well and will keep your feet warm and cozy even though they killed you. It said, dear Target, you are dead. So, and then she sent me a darning mushroom. I have a mushroom. I have a mushroom. I do not have a mushroom. I have a darning egg, but I think this works pretty much the same way. So it came in 3 parts because she packed it flat. So this part goes on. You probably put your sock on and then use this spring bit to hold it in place. Right? Wouldn't you think? That makes sense to me. There's nowhere else for that spring to go. But that's really cool because my darning egg just kind of sits in place, but this one like holds it in place. And I have darned a few pairs of socks. And so, darn it, this is a pretty cool sock sniper gift. Sorry, just like what? Going somewhere else. She sent me the leftover yarn. So if I need to repair it, or I'll make some mini skeins, or make some hexie puffs, or iron squares, or whatever else you guys show me is clever to knit with mini skeins. And then she sent me this candy. And I haven't eaten it yet because I'm not entirely sure what it is. Okay, so I'm adding this bit in. Because after the podcast was over, I was like, okay, why haven't I just tried these stupid things? It's black licorice, which you're probably like, ugh, black licorice. Black licorice is like my favorite thing. And it's super hard to find because no one likes black licorice. I love black licorice. I love black licorice. So this could not have gone to a better person. I doubt she watches my podcast, but if you do, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm super pumped about this. This is amazing. Anyway, back to your regular scheduled podcast. On top of that, I knit a couple of hats. So for my OWL, my owl, they said that 1 sweater is not enough because I have knit a worsted weight sweater in less than a month. In fact, I knit my Hitofude in less than a month, and it's fingering weight. So then they said, you need more. And I was like, how much more? And I'm like, well, at least add a hat. So I added a hat, which I finished in a day because hats are super quick. But this is part of the pattern that's in the Plum Rondo a la Turk, so I got to play with that and see how well my, color work worked. I washed and dried my hat, treating it more like an advanced swatch. The yarn is so incredibly soft after washing it. Now I do use some fabric softener, but I wanted to see, it's super wash yarn, so I wanted to see how well it would hold up or pill or whatever. Aside from the fact that my hiding of the yarns they came out in the wash, like they show up through the front now, so maybe I'll wait to weave in my ends until after, or weave them in a more clever way or something, because these are like poking out all over the place. My color work section is a little bit tighter than the hat itself, which isn't a huge issue, it just is kind of annoying. Take my headband off and I'll show you how it looks. This is just an a nice fitted hat. Not a very slouchy hat. I want to wear slouchy hats. I just don't put them on my head. The color work feels tighter than the ribbing, which has been my normal problem with color work. So I just need to be aware of that when I knit my sweater. So there you go. There's my Plum Rondo a la Turk hat. Very nice. Then I also knit. I actually finished this hat because this hat was a whip. I finished this for detention. I don't know what I did so incredibly wrong, but I used over 200 yards of yarn for this hat, and when I washed it, it did that awful thing where the hat gets huge. It might get unraveled just because this hat is just gargantuan. I did wash and dry this hat as well to try and shrink it up. When I washed it, it got huge, and when I dried it, it shrunk back a little bit, but not much. It is very slouchy. It doesn't really touch my head very much. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, the color's super cute, but I was not imagining quite that much slouch, so I may need to either re-knit it or just kind of assess my life or something. I don't know. It's really big for a hat. I also finished the Quay Shawlette, and I did this for the knit along on Owl About Yarn. I've shown you her yarn and some of her fiber, I think, before, but she has a podcast and did a knit along for the Quay Shawlette. So I'm trying to get there, but it's really cute, and this is in the colorway Listen Damn It from Supernatural Yarns as part of the Walking Dead colorway club. It has some eyelet rows and knitting. It has some knitting. It has some stockinette and some garter, which she asks that you do the garter rows in all purl, but a lot of the people who did the knit along, I think, did reverse of that and did more like a normal garter stitch because that's ridiculous. But I like how it almost has like these large spots of color, but at the same time it still stays pretty variegated throughout. It is a shawlette, so it is not super duper long. It just is kind of, you know, advanced kerchiefy. I guess we could wear it the other way. I guess I could wear it the other way. You know, and something like that. It's a little off-center because, you know, that's how the triangle laid. So it's just something different. Aside from all those FOs, House Cup wise, I submitted. Just lost my train of thought again. I submitted my socks to. Okay, so in the House Cup, we're doing the try. I don't have any mustache, so if you're not interested in House Cup stuff, you are free to go. But if you are interested in House Cup stuff, come a little closer. This term's theme is the Triwizard Cup, so Goblet of Fire type stuff. And they don't do overarching themes like this a whole lot, but every once in a while, everything is themed. So some of the classes that you submit to, you can submit to 3 different schools, and then so let's say one of them, let's put it in layman's term. Let's say one of them is math. You can do your math class as, you know, school A, school B, or school C. And so you would then submit to only one of those for the math class. So I did the Triwizard Tournament, Beauxbatons? That's not right. Beauxbatons, right? That's how you say that French word. Anyway, wow, I need to rewatch Goblet of Fire. Because that's kind of who I'm voting for. I even did my detention, which is lace. I got a Beauxbaton badge for that. And then our Headmistress Challenge, which is kind of like... So Quidditch and Headmistress Challenge don't have to be within the month that... Because all classes have to be within 1 month, so September or October or November, but not overarching. Owls are overarching through all 3 months, and then I think Brooms just do like the end of September and the beginning of November. I need to double check those deadlines because I have to adhere to those. Which you notice there's no broom working here, which is a shawl I'm doing. It's color work and massive, so too many things on my plate. And so detention was lace, so for the Beauxbaton badge, so I got that one. The Headmistress Challenge is you're putting your name into the Goblet of Fire, so you can knit something to disguise your age, or knit something to like, I think it was like prove your worth. And so I knit my Quay Charlotte and said that it was to like hide my face and pretend like I'm older than what I am, and then I had put a spell on it, like all this stuff. And so obviously I'm old enough because, you know, whatever. But you could play either way. In Quidditch, you have to do round 1 in order to do round 2 to do round 3, and I love when Quidditch is like exclusive like that. I did it before, and I was one of only 53 people in Gryffindor to still be participating in Quidditch, so it's pretty exciting. So this time you're navigating the maze, like at the end of the Goblet of Fire movie, and so there was riddles. The Sphinx is asking riddles, and one of them is basically fire, and the other one is basically water. So when I spun the blue yarn, that was my Quidditch entry. So I think I went right. I have it written down. So then my next part of the maze will help me. And I don't think there'll be any losers, but I do think that, like, this is a pretty fun way to do it. So that's all of my House Cup stuff. Enter the giveaways that I'm going to be posting soon. Besides that, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I've just been knitting my Viajance till my can't knit anymore, and then I put it down for 20 hours, and then I'll pick it back up and knit some more. So that's exciting, but just knitting like crazy all the time. Anyway, you guys are awesome, and remember, whether you're knitting ridiculous projects that you decided you could totally do in a month, or something simple like mini skiing projects that you need to tell me about, go ahead, entice me. I'll knit with you. Bye, guys.